choke on? Is the kill switch on?
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it's on.
It's in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Kick like your life depends on it.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
Holy shit. Yes.
Now turn the choke off and do it again.
What?
No? Okay.
I had my moment.
All right. Good job. Good job. She's been trying all day to start this thing.
Converse, you know, it does not help. That hurt. It would hurt more than anything.
So she put her fancy boots on. Kicked like her life depended on it. All right. Well, the wheelers are looking awful good sitting in the garage. However, we got some fresh parts in. Got ourselves some extended brake lines. These are pretty badass looking. Should work well. Those are from Streamline. What was that? Streamline brakes and controls. And we got another box here. We'll go ahead and get this opened up. I've been ordering a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure what is what at this point. I'm gonna go grab a razor, cut this tape open. Alrighty. Hoping these are what I think they are. Oh yeah. All right, so we got another set of crusty looking Works front shocks. I have the springs for that one. I took them off. Probably wondering, why did I buy these? I already have Works shocks on the Trx250r. Well, these ones have remote reservoirs and clickers. Naturally, I like that kind of stuff because it's bouncy. But I paid $99 for these. They probably need rebuilt, but the fact of the matter is the shock body, the shafts, all that should be identical between the two. The main difference is they just plumbed in the reservoir. I don't even know what they say on them. Compression. I think these are just compression adjustable. But that's kind of cool. I wonder if they have any life left to them still. Yeah, kinda, sorta, not really. I mean, I don't know how ATV shocks normally are, but I'm used to sled shocks. And these are pretty soft and not coming out all the way. So I was gonna chalk those up to needing rebuilt, but they're only $100. So I'm really not too worried about it. And it never hurts to have another set of triple rates sitting around. So like I was saying, I have pretty much identical shocks on the 250R already, except for somebody painted them. And right there is where they plumbed in the reservoirs. So these look to be in a lot better condition, besides obviously the paint on the bodies. Kind of drives me nuts. But if I can find somebody in Alaska that'll work on Works shocks, I can get a pretty cool set of shocks put together for this thing with the remote resis and all that, which I think will be pretty fucking dope. Yeah. Boy, this thing's looking good. Okay, so after riding this thing around the neighborhood a couple times, I've noticed my fuel petcock started to leak pretty bad. I went ahead and pulled these two screws. I'm going to pull the petcock apart and check the O-rings. Just check the general condition, clean them up, see if I can get this thing to seal again. But yeah, just pull the 2 screws out. This slides off. You see that's there. You can clean that up. It's looking pretty gross and rusty. And the valve itself should pop right out. Yep. See that O-ring is pretty much just destroyed. I think they call this an X-ring or something like that. This little rubber seal is how it seals between the valve and the body, and it diverts the flow, whether it's off, on, or reserve. You can modify these to a point where you can turn it kind of halfway between reserve and on, and they actually flow more fuel in that setting, not stock. You have to modify this body than it would originally, but you only have to do that when you have really badass built motors, and it's not really an issue with the stock motor or close to stock. Okay, so I went through, cleaned everything up, and I got it to where it doesn't leak on reserve or when it's off, but if I turn it on, it does leak. Like so. That's reserve, it's off. I'll turn it on, and it just starts pouring. So that's okay. For the moment, I'll just run it in reserve until my new O-rings and all that show up for this thing. Yeah. Oh, also, I went ahead and had these work shocks tore apart. We completely tore them down, so I need probably just buy both new caps from my reservoirs. The bladders inside looked okay. The wear rings inside of here looked actually really good. Piston stack, all that looked good. The shafts are good. The bodies are good despite being ugly. So my plan is new seals. I'm going to try to find new rubbers for these if I can't get these cleaned up nice. So new seals and new hoses. Probably order new bladders and caps. The clickers and all that feel good. They aren't froze up or nothing. And I'm going to go ahead. I brought these back from my shock builder because, well, obviously I don't have a nitrogen bottle anymore. I used to rebuild shocks. I don't anymore. But I brought these back because I'm going to go ahead and sandblast the bodies and all that. Make these shine up and look really nice. And then once he gets the parts in, we'll go ahead and get those rebuilt. Then we'll have baller front clicker remote res shocks for the front to kind of match the rear, even though the rear is pet and I'm building works shocks for the front. Yeah, because these actually are works that are already on the front. They just don't have the remote res with the clicker. And if you have a 250R, it's like second nature. You need to have the cool badass shocks and your reservoirs mounted right here on the frame. You know what I mean? It's just kind of goes hand in hand. You got to have the cool shit. So yeah, it is a little dirty. I have been riding it around the neighborhood. I even as far as riding it 4 miles to a friend's house. That was pretty exciting. You can see the seat cover starting to come unstitched. Yeah, so looking good though, even when she's dirty. Looking good.